Hi guys, this is the first time that I've ever spoke direct to YouTube. I'm going to do a journey and I want you guys to follow me in it. Long story short, I am going to do an entire album from start to finish. I'm going to release it and I'm going to take you guys every single step of the way that I do it. I'm at a stage in my life now where I don't want to have any regrets. I don't want to look back and I don't want to think I could have done that. I'm 30 years old, I'm not getting any younger, I've got 2 kids, I've got a wife, a mortgage, again I'm a manager in retail, but you can't look back and have regrets. And if I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do it right. And I want you guys to come and follow me in that journey. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a video once a week, sometimes maybe twice a week, and it's just going to be following everything that I do in making an album. So I'm going to let you guys have full access into the mixing, recording, songwriting. I'm going to go through each song, why I wrote it, the influences that I had on the song, and just start dialogue and get speaking about music. It's like something that I think that we don't do anymore. We speak about music, but songwriters don't sit there and they just release it and just go, listen to this is great. But look, this is what inspired me on this song. This is why I wrote this song. This is what I'm trying to say. This is how I recorded it. This is how I mixed it. This is how I produced it. I'm a qualified mixing engineer. My lecturers, for example, like my main lecturer, he was sound guy early doors for Nirvana, I'm pretty sure, and then he moved on to doing the live stuff with Thin Lizzy. My other lecturer, he was the engineer for Katie Tunstall's first album. So there was a lot of good experience for me to learn from. And what I find quite interesting is that you normally find people doing this, I find a lot. So again, you look at Lewis Capaldi. Lewis Capaldi is a lot younger than me. And you normally find that they start young, but I'm not want to say I'm over the hill, I'm 30, but it's kind of now or never. And I've got to do it properly. That's the thing that in my head I'm thinking, Paul, you can't just write this album that you've spent 15 years writing. You've not like crafted your songwriting skills, your mixing skills, your guitaring skills, musicianship. Stick it out there in the hope that people's going to pick it up. And it's not going to happen that way. And I think it's going to be really interesting to see how I get on. I might fall flat on my face. I think the album's great. I think it's going to do really well. And I'm really proud of it, but I might not be good enough. And it's that self-realisation that you've got to have where you look and go, they're just not good enough. And I'm at a stage now where I think my songwriting's at its peak and I'm better to utilise that and the songs that I did have that I'm still using to make sure that they don't go to waste. The thing is, I got to a point where I'd worked my way up in retail, I worked my way up from like part-time sales, all the way up to a manager where I am now, and I've been doing that for the past 5 years. But musically, I just kind of let everything slip. I stopped writing songs, I wasn't picking my guitar as much, I wasn't like doing YouTube cover videos that I really loved, and I just kind of stopped. I was still doing mixing because I really wanted to go down that route, but I just kind of lost track of what I always wanted to do. I want to be a musician, I want to be a songwriter, and I want people to hear my songs and I want to impact people. That's what I want to do. I would really love for somebody to listen to one of my songs and go, I was going through a certain period that I was just feeling something, I was feeling a certain way that day, stuck on your song and really liked it, really moved me, really liked it. That's all that I want to get from this. I knew that I tried my best to make sure that I gave it the best chance it could. So first off, certain songs I've already recorded and I've already mixed. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to give you guys access into basically how I mixed and produced it. I've taken a long time to get where I am in terms of my mixing side. A lot of research and a lot of bad mixes and a lot of mistakes. I would say I'm at quite an advanced level. I would like to think I am anyway. And I'm able to take something that I recorded in my bedroom, turn it into a record, and maybe inspire people to do it as well and go, no, what, I always wanted to be a singer-songwriter, but I just didn't give it as much time and as much effort as I should have. But you guys are going to be in that journey with me. And we're going to grow together and we're going to see if it's possible for a 30-year-old guy just to release an album on his own and do quite well. And I have autism, and that's another thing that you're going to find. It's quite a struggle. I've got high-functioning autism, so I've got Asperger's and I've got ADD and I've got dyspraxia as well, but I also want to do this to kind of show that, know what, having like stuff like autism is actually a really good thing, and I want to spread that awareness that, again, I'm a retail manager. I worked my way up, you know, I've made an entire album, I'm going to do it myself, and being autistic is actually a blessing for me. We'll dive into like how my kind of like autism affects my songwriting and kind of where the benefits of that are and kind of what makes that kind of different, I suppose, to maybe other people. So it's going to be a long journey, and I'm going to do one video a week, and it could be just speaking about the song that I've wrote, going into detail of why I wrote it, what inspired me, and have a conversation about music in general, and then dive into, right, this is how I mix this is the processing that I used, these are the compression that I used, this is the parallel compression that I used, this is the reason why I used this on the mix bus, this is why I use this EQ, this is why I use this effect, and just really dive into the whole process of releasing and making an album, and you having full access into that album and everything that goes into it, and why I've made what I've made. It's going to be really, really difficult for me because I don't know how to do this whole like speaking to a camera thing. I can waffle, I could speak for like Scotland, I really can, and I'm trying my best to keep my accent down. This is me keeping my accent down, would you believe? It's like and I'm still going to get comments, but it's going to be, I can't understand them. You can understand Lewis Capaldi. If you can understand Lewis Capaldi, you can understand me, okay? So I'm quite excited to follow this journey, and I'm going to keep you guys updated on everything that I do. And I'm really, 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 really hoping I can build up the subscribers on here and hopefully grow fans to a point where when I release the album, I'm going to have people waiting on this album, really excited to hear this album. And when I finally do my first gig, I'll build up to it, and I'll have people actually wanting to come listen to my song, which is why I'm doing this. So I'll keep you guys posted, and hopefully we could grow this journey together, and at the end we'll have an entire album, and I'll be a gigging musician. Hopefully I'll make some money out of it as well, and you never know, I might get to a point where I jack in my job, fulfill my dreams that I've had since I was a little boy. So I'll keep you posted. This is the first, there'll be many more videos to come, and yeah, let's see how we get on. And again, any advice that you guys have, honestly, comment, I'll comment back. If you DM me, if you message me on Instagram or anything like that, I'll message you back, because I want to learn as much as possible. That's the only way I've got to where I am now, is by self-critiquing, self-analysing, and taking advice from other people. I'm 30, again, I'm not over the hill, but I'm 30, this is the only time I feel that this is really going to happen for me. So let's do it. I'll stop speaking. I'm really, really, really struggling with this whole YouTube speaking thing. But yeah, let's see how we get on. I'll do a few more videos, and then let's see how we get on. Okay, thanks guys.